Hello, sports fan. This is Stephen here with Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering can Patrick Surtain get back on track. Before I get right back into this, I want to make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you can get all the updates and all the breakdowns. Without further ado, let's get right into it. We're so early into this man's career that a lot of people were essentially spoiled when he first had his first season, and you saw exactly what he was able to do. The Denver Broncos defense was a pretty good defense, and you look at some of the stars that were on the defense, not stars, but role players and playmakers that were on the field. I think from a standpoint, Patrick Surtain carried his own, and Patrick Surtain II essentially carried his own, and you saw exactly what he was able to do, and he had Justin Simmons over top of him, and you got to see him take chances. You got to see him intercept passes. You got to see him deflect balls and really play cover with his hands. You got to see him do his strong point and really have a great season. And you also saw what happened when Justin Simmons was released. When Justin Simmons was released by the Denver Broncos in a cap casualty situation, you got to think there was a little drop off, and you got to think that he had to take chances. He tried doing different things, and it got exposed sometimes. As a cornerback, you want your corner to take chances. You want your cornerback to be smart, but also physical and play within a scheme. Sometimes you take risks because you feel like you can get a pick or a deflection, or you're going to make a game-changing play. Patrick Surtain guesses, and sometimes he guesses right. But a lot of times the guesses last year got the Broncos hurt because they didn't have that safety over the top that was going to be a Justin Simmons-like safety. They had somebody that wasn't essentially playing to the all-pro level. So you got to think, was it a snub that he didn't make the all-pro team last year? No, it wasn't, because there was times where Patrick Surtain was out of place and he cost his team. So you got to think, elite is elite. All-pro is all-pro. There's not a junior varsity for an all-pro. So these are the best 11 versus 11 offense, defense, special teams in the league. So from that standpoint, Patrick did make the Pro Bowl, and that's pretty good. He made back-to-back Pro Bowls, but he also has to understand, if you're going to be the leader of the Denver Broncos and leader of this defense, you're going to have to play smart, physical, and stay inside the scheme. It's almost similar like when Ed Reed would guess and miss, or Troy Polamalu would guess and miss. You're almost surprised. You're like, oh, when they miss on a pick, or they miss and then a big play is going the other way. So you got to think. It's tough, but Patrick Surtain can get better. In this defensive scheme for the Denver Broncos, there are going to be opportunities where he has chances to do things and make plays. But from the standpoint, I feel like when it's all said and done, he's going to have his hand in a Defensive Player of the Year conversation. And that's having similar years like Sauce Gardner did in his first one, when he's allowed to play freer. He's allowed to play man-to-man and follow people all over the place, and you'll see the production of when they play other teams versus when it's guarded by Patrick Surtain. So I think he's a young corner. He's fast, he's physical, and he plays inside the guidelines of the game. So I love his game. I love that he's aggressive. I love that he's a ball hawk. I'm not a Denver Broncos fan, but I would love the kid on my team. So I think he still has growing to do. I think that the Denver Broncos are not a Super Bowl contender this year, but you're going to see him work. You're going to see him go up against the best wide receivers in the country, and you're going to see him go up against some of the best talent. And he's got Devontae Adams in his own division. He's got Travis Kelce. I'm sure he'll guard him a little bit. You got to think, he'll guard the wide receivers for the Chiefs. He'll guard the wide receivers for the Chargers. He'll guard a lot of different people, and you'll see at the end of the year where the cream rose versus where it didn't. So with that being said, I expect big things from Mr. Surtain, and I think Denver is going to be a middle-of-the-road team. Having Bo Nix on your team is going to help, I guess, starting, and hopefully they'll get off to a good start. But I think that Patrick Surtain is a quality corner, one of the top 5 corners in the NFL, so don't get it twisted. He doesn't need to change a lot. Just work on your timing a little bit. And that's going to be the big thing for the Denver Broncos and building that defense. They're needing to build, and they're needing him to be the leader, and the leader is on tape. That practice film on tape when you're in an NFL game and you're not getting burnt. That tape right there is going to teach others. So definitely check out Sports Choice Plus. What do you feel like Patrick Surtain? Do you feel like he should be more aggressive, less aggressive? Do you feel like he's going to help the Denver Broncos do different things? Get in the comment section below and definitely check out Sports Choice Plus.